that's pretty old. Right? We didn't even have, when I was, we had like little mice and shit, So, anyway, the other day my son calls me up and he asked me, hey Pops, what did you learn today? And I started smiling because that was a game we played. We were talking about engagement. I didn't know my son until he was 7 years old, because I was out on the street, running around, in and out of prison, selling drugs. I was doing like everything wrong you could possibly think of, I was doing it, in and out of prison. And so that's how I was living. My son didn't even know I was his father until his mother was dying. And she was dying, he was 7 years old. She didn't want to die without telling him the truth of who his real father was. So I met him when he was 7 years old, and he was losing his mother. And my son looks a lot like me. He's light skinned, he's got blue eyes, so when he used to see me, I used to go visit his mom's, and he would be in the room, and he didn't know I was his father. He used to look at me like kind of strange and say, oh, this guy looks like me, you know? And so finally the moms told him, that guy who comes in, he jokes around a lot, that's your real father. So when she passed away, my son saw me as the last link, biological link he had to this world. And back then, luckily, I was getting my life together. Because, I got tired of going in and out of prison, or people looking for me. I was just tired of that. And my main problem was drugs. A strange thing, once I stopped using drugs, I stopped going to prison. So I'm not gonna preach here, but I'm just telling you a little bit about my life. And so, I eventually became the caregiver to my son. So my son knows me as a man, as a person who's considered a man and role. My man Reggie talked about how we think of women and the roles they play, and how we think of men and the role they play. Sometimes we're out of tune with the times, right? And so my son grew up seeing me as a caregiver. Usually it's the moms that does that, right? So I was the primary caregiver to my son. And I was getting my life back together, so I had to go back to school. I was in college, and my son was really being raised by his grandmother, because his moms also didn't have, rest her soul, she didn't have her shit together either. And so my son was a brilliant child whose grandmother would do the homework for him, but he would do badly in school. So I didn't want to just come in out of nowhere. A kid doesn't know me, 7 years old, and start talking, no, you gotta do this, do that. I started seeing, because that self-inventory that Bobby talks about, we all need to do that. And I understood that this kid did not know me from a hole in the wall, and I couldn't come in and turn his life upside down. Actually, little by little, try to see what change I could make. And the changes I made in my life, I used to use as an example to my son. That's how I stayed engaged in my son's life, right? So if I told him to do homework, I sat down at the table, I did my homework, and we would do homework together. And since he looked up to me, he says, wow, he's doing homework, and he wanted to please me, he was doing his homework. And some of the best times I could think of was me and my son Ian sitting at the table doing homework together, and him really taking an interest in education, because for me, I equate education with freedom. Because once I educated myself, I became freer, right? And sometimes it's not just school where you learn from, right? You can learn stuff in any situation. There are all kinds of knowledge. There's knowledge that you get in school, there's knowledge that you get in the streets, there's knowledge you get in the job, right? So I wanted to give that to my son. So one day, the son's 7 years old, comes out of school, I used to come pick him up. Because in New York, you're kind of afraid to let your 7-year-old walk from school to home, right? So I used to worry, because since I did so much bad stuff, I used to, my imagination is a lot more, a lot more active than maybe a person who didn't do a lot of bad stuff, right? So I went to pick him up, and I said, yeah, hey Ian, how you doing? And he said, I'm good, Pops. And I said, what you learned today? He said, nothing. And I in my mind inside, I said, you mean nothing, man? You just spent the whole day in school, So I wanted to yell at him and say, what do you mean nothing? You gotta go to school, you gotta learn. I said, no, that's sad. He said, what do you mean? I said, because the way I was raised, I was taught that if you spent a day on this planet and you didn't learn something new, you threw away that day and you could never get it back. You said, really? I said, really? And every day you have a chance to learn something. So I said, you know what we're gonna do? Every day when I come pick you up, you tell me something new that you learned today, and then I'll tell you something new that I learned today. And that's what we would do. And him being a 7-year-old, he got into it. Like I could see, I still remember, my son with his big eyes waiting for me to pick him up from school. So he wanted to know what the hell I was gonna tell him, what did I learn today? And I used to make a big production out of it, right? Plus I was going to school, so there was like a lot of topics I could talk about, and I was like, and he would be like, wow, yeah, and then I said, okay, so what you learned? And we would walk from school to home, talking about what we learned. What I also learned though is that some days it's hard to pick out, like, did you learn something today? Because some days are better than others, you know what I mean? Some days you could barely make it on the train, and there's people stepping on your toes. The other day, a guy tried to punch me in my groin area on the L train, man. So, I guess I learned how to go like that to avoid, that's what I learned that day, So, the thing is that I had to step up to the plate. In order to engage with my son, I had to make sure, oh man, I gotta learn something today, something new today, because he is gonna ask me when I go pick him up. And the other day when he called me up, and he said, what did you learn today? That was like his way of saying, hey, remember? Like back in the day, now my son is like 33 years old, 33, 34 years. I don't remember the dates, you know what I mean? He's about 33, 34 years old, and he still remembers that. We started talking about this. I still remember, I used to always wait, because he always had something interesting to say, and used to inspire me to learn. And I was very liberal. I used to let my son do a lot of stuff, see a lot of stuff, as long as he did good in school. I used to tell him, you gotta do good in school. If you do good in school, I'll do anything for you. You mess up in school, we're gonna have problems. And so, the kid did well, knock on wood, because as a parent, you never know when they're gonna call you up, hey, your son just drove his car through a wall or something like that, And, he started telling me that me engaging him that way, inspired him to learn. He went to college, he got a degree, he got a career. He's into music. He actually traveled the world playing his music, opening up for better known bands. He went to Japan, to Ireland, all over the world. So, that was something that wasn't there when I was growing up. I had to create that template. My father wasn't always home. My father was a big guy for books and stuff like that, but he wasn't always there. So I had to fill in the blanks with my son. I had to kind of be creative. When we did homework together and he was finding it boring, I would make a big production out of it. We would do a play on George Washington or Malcolm X or whatever, and when he came home, he was getting another lesson. And some days I was not up to that. Some days I would be going, oh man, I can't be in today, man. I just want to break. And but there is no break, man. Consistency. Engagement is about consistency, showing up. And sometimes I wasn't fully there, and I would tell them, I'm a little tired today, but we're gonna do this. You know what I mean? And I think that really made a big difference in our relationship. Also treating him as a human being. My mother used to hit me all the time, so I always promised myself that I wouldn't hit my kids. And everybody used to say, wait until you have a kid, you want to beat his butt once in a while. And I did. There were times I would look at Ian and I wanted to attach electrical wires to him and just